Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Catassing with Poopsocks. Excuse me, Catassing with Poopsocks for 2015. And over the last couple of months, while we were taking our fall and winter break due to some real-life goings-ons, I noticed that out of all the Catassing with Poopsocks episodes we've done thus far, we have yet to do one on our MMO here, Star Trek Online, which we play on a semi-regular basis. We've gotten all the other ones, as noted on our gaming page on our website, www.realmillenniumgroup.com/rmggaming.html. Now, of all those listed, we have not yet done a CWP episode with Star Trek Online, so we're going to kick off 2015 by doing that. Now, Star Trek Online, of course, is nearing its 5th birthday already. The game has been out for 5 years now. I started out as a beta tester. I did buy a lifetime subscription. I beta tested the game, but as does happen, some things get in the way. I just couldn't get into it, this kind of stuff. I was still heavy into Guild Wars at the time. Plus, with the typical launch issues, I had a lot of problems actually trying to play the game. So I ended up, only playing it very, I don't want to say randomly, but sporadically. The first couple of years until it actually fell into the hands of Perfect World and went free to play. And then I started picking it up a little bit more, but again, like some of the other games, or other MMOs that we just don't play as heavily as we do, say, Guild Wars and Neverwinter, and, well, we're picking up Neverwinter, but Guild Wars and Star Wars and Defiance were our three main games the last 10 years. We haven't truly gotten that far. Here, of course, you see my very first character, my human character, Hanek, and of course, as part of being a lifetime subscriber, beta test, that kind of stuff, my character, who is a released Borg. And of course, a little while ago, they had a little promotion for getting a free Klingon battleship, so I ended up creating a Klingon just to get my battleship. Of course, we have 3 factions now. About a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point, they added the Romulans as a 3rd faction. So that's actually who we will be going with, starting out our gameplay here as a Romulan, since we do not yet have a Romulan character. Got 2 Federation, we got Klingon and a Romulan. So, hey, let's get on with it and see what we are going to do. So we are going to create a new character and see what this is all about. We are going to create ourselves a Romulan here, thank you. Oh, we can make it released Borg too, and you can do a released Borg, free Borg, whatever, in all 3 factions. So that's our Borg, right? What do they call this? Liberated Borg, that's what it is. We can do an alien, we can do a Reman, we can do a Romulan, and I guess we will do a Romulan. You want engineering, science, or tactical? I guess we will go to tactical. I think this is DPS more or less. Damage and wise variety methods, yes. Supporting away team by drawing off enemy threat, bolstering their combat. And of course, these 3 classes are choices for each of the factions. Science officers are sort of your healers, your support class. Engineering, sort of your pet class, that type of thing, another support class. I believe they can also tank. But we will go with tactical, yeah. Tactical is probably your tank as well. It's drawing off enemy threat. So this would be more or less be your tank, some DPS, your main DPS and control here, And of course, more your support class heals here. So species in Korea, good. Let's take our, do we want female or do we want male? Class and foul, class powers, description, race and foul. So different racial bonuses and that kind of stuff we have here. Of course, since the beta tests and the launch of the game, a lot has changed with the UI character creation. The game has gone a major visual overhaul in terms of that. Appearance. There we go. We've got our formal. Gunslinger. Rustic. Survivor rugged. Ooh, I kind of like the looks of that. Survivor warrior. I kind of like that. Look there. Basically your idle stances. I think we will stick with female because we do have 3 male characters, so we'll make this our female character. Who should she be? No, she's not going to be cute. How about swagger? Perhaps a bit of a swagger to her. Or stern. Yes, perhaps stern. I like stern. Jacket. I kind of like that. Why not? Sure, we'll add those. These sort of add a little bit of accent to that. Of course, our colors, we have to do our Real Millennium Group colors, yeah. Our accents are green. So we'll have a little bit of red accent here. Top. Too many changes there, so we'll do that. Of course, the brown needs to be. Some red accents there. that. Let's maintain our survivor, Romulan. Survivor, Romulan, look here. Probably that part right there. Oh, no, right there. Okay, so. Bright green highlight there. How's that? Excellent. Too big. I'm liking those right there. We'll stick with 1D1. Shouldn't be much variance there. She's going to be a bit of a rogue, so she's not going to be a standard Romulan here. Yes, we're not going that far. Kind of like that. Just let it ground out a bit. Have to stick with the brown. It does not look that bad at all to me. I think we'll go with that one. And of course, lots and lots of finer points there, which we you can see. Oh, lots of choices, but we will stick with what we got there. I'm kind of happy with that. We will save that outfit, of course. Now she's 5'11". One short 5'8". Let's go 5'8". That works for me. Background. Now, of course, for your role-playing names, yeah? Enter a name. Who should we name her? You know what? I haven't had Osiria yet, so let's do Osiria. Ship name. Oh, what shall her name be? We've got the Ravager. I believe we have the Blackhorn already. Do we have a Tantonitis? The Trinitaria. How about we do the Trinitaria? And of course your role-playing biography. And I think we're good to go, yeah? With Osiria. And the RRW Trinitaria.
What we knew is gone. Our home, our lives, all that we were, dust. Blasted across empty, heartless skies. But we live. Our legacy lives within every ship we fly, upon every world we touch, in our hearts, in yours. There will be challenge. You will know fear, but you will overcome. You will survive and answer vengeance with blood. You will do as you must. Rule cannot be handed to the faithless. Our legacy cannot be lost to villains. Bury the past to face the future. In enemies, find allies. There is no price we have not paid, no loss we have not felt. Our dead world, our long suffering, these are not ends. We are not ended. For your crew, for your people, for this new home, we must face all doubt. We must break the strong who would destroy us and overcome the impossible. We must fight against any and all. We must, we will, for we are Romulan!
No, alrighty then.
The youngest of our kind rely on stories to know what our people were like before. Strong, secretive, warlike. We were feared. We were powerful. Then, everything changed. 22 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion traveled through subspace to hit Romulus and Remus, our homeworlds. No one could have predicted that would happen, and no one could have stopped it. Millions died. Those who survived were scattered across dozens of worlds. One day we were citizens of one of the greatest powers of the galaxy, and the next, we were just trying to survive. Every day was a struggle if you weren't part of the militant and oppressive Tal Shiar, or ruling everything from on high like Empress Sela. For ordinary Romulans, military victories don't mean much when you're hungry. Life goes on. The Klingons and Starfleet are at one another's throats. The battles light years away don't affect us much. The Tal Shiar are the more immediate threat. They're rebuilding the Empire by force, and pressing anyone they think can help into service. But even they don't seem to know we're here. We've put down roots and found friends. Today we'll celebrate what we've created. With hard work and some good fortune, true Romulans will once again rise to be a power in the galaxy. The first step on that path begins here.
Your current tasks will be displayed here.
Thank you. Just move that out of the way. There we go. There's our map.
To move, use the W, A, S, and D keys. To look around, hold down the right mouse button and move your mouse.
Why, hello there, Vol. You're looking
People you
particularly
can
late
interact
today.
with have icons above their heads. You can press the interaction key, default F, to talk with them.
Zoom in here a bit, eh? I believe we have a quest giver here.
There you are. The security chief was looking for you earlier. She said there's trouble at the vineyard. Avrak's been filing reports all night about Kellids chewing at the vines. He's really worked up. Something must have annoyed them. It's not typical Kellid behavior. With the big celebration tonight, I think everyone's a little overexcited. Even the bugs. You should listen to one of Avrak's messages before you head out there.
Interactable items have a glow around them. Walk up and press F to interact with a console.
Or I can just check my messages.
Please tell me you'll help me.
Kellids are in the vineyard chewing through the irrigation pipes, and everyone says they're too busy getting ready for the big party to come and do something about it. There won't be any party if everyone's knee-deep in water by nightfall. Get over here and help me fix this. When are you coming over here? This is getting ridiculous. Nobody appreciates me around here. No one. They think these crops just grow without any help from anyone. Tending these vines is a lot of work. No one says thank you. No one pats me in the back. They just keep asking for more. God, look, just get over here and take care of the Kellids, all right? And maybe say thank you for all the work I do to keep these vineyards in shape. It's me again. Ignore the other message I sent. Lost my temper. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you're not here yet. I really could use your help, though. These Kellids are chewing through everything, and they won't stop. And no one here has even tried to help. They just keep bouncing me to other people. First to Tovan, then to Navala, then to you. What's next? Should I ask one of the kids? Just please come here soon. Thanks.
Okay. Check out our map here. Obviously the tutorial area. Can I go to galaxy map? There's quite the big galaxy here. So let's center on player. There I am. Zero unusual objects in the area. Okay. Alright, I suppose we should go tell them we're gonna help.
If the Kellids are chewing up the vineyard, you should probably grab a pistol, just in case. I'd join you, but the chief has me looking into some odd comm chatter we picked up yesterday. We'll have to catch up later.
Your mini-map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective. Beam pistol has been automatically equipped. You can practice on the nearby bottles. Select a bottle and then right-click to attack it. To sprint, tap the shift key while moving.
Alright, that's fun. These are probably my other attacks, yeah. Melee. Heal. Don't need to be running around with my pistol out, I think.
Hey there, ready for the big festival? Working hard? Or maybe you have time to listen to a story or two? Avrik, you're in for a fun day. I'm glad I don't have to deal with him. Anyway, do you want to hear any stories?
Oh, sure. Tell me about the founding of this colony.
Viranat was a colony world. It used to be a big agricultural planet, growing food for the Empire. After Romulus was destroyed, thousands upon thousands of people flooded the planet. The old cities couldn't hold them all, and they were scared. They started fighting amongst themselves. One night, the cities burned. Most of the survivors left. A few hung on, scrapping old ships and using them as building materials. That's how the Maori found them, about 10 years ago. The Maori was the commander of an old warbird. Navala was his first officer, and Devex the chief engineer. They were wandering the sector, trying to find a new home. When they found Viranat, they decided to stay. Devex kept the old warbird functional, and he used it to make supply runs and bring back other Romulans who needed a home. Navala put herself in charge of security, and the Maori, he runs the whole colony now. Devex met Tovan Kev in a mining colony a few years back. I think it was 4 years ago. But then again, I didn't come here until 2 years ago, so this is not just information I've heard about secondhand. I actually have a question for you, if you don't want to hear another story first.
Sure.
When did you arrive here? I know we only have a few hundred people living here, but so many come and go that it's hard to keep track. I'm recording the stories of all the people that live here, you see. And I would love to start yours off with your arrival. Who knows? It could be something that becomes historical in a few years.
Well, let's see. I've barely been here a year. Let's say that.
Barely a year? That's right. You're one of the newer folk. And you're already a security guard. Lucky you. We should definitely talk more about this over drinks tonight.
Well, perhaps we shall. Meantime, I've got things to do. We'll come back and see about that lore later. Meantime, we've got bugs to squash.
Finally? I mean, which message? Never mind that either. It's chaos here. I need some help. Normally we collect nectar from the local Kellet insects. Something's driven them into a frenzy. They're chewing on our irrigation system and flooding the vineyard. Excellent. The broken pipes are obvious. They're the ones spraying water everywhere. Kellet shouldn't give you too much trouble. A few bursts from your pistol will take care of them.
Interactions can be interrupted by movement or combat.
Fix up one more, do we? Didn't I just kill you?
flooding and stop, but if those Kellids come back, they'll just break the pipes again. Something's making the insects go crazy. With bugs this size, that's a real problem. And Navala might be able to help. She's goofing off again. She knows all about Kellids. Normally down by the greenhouse this time of year. Tell her to stop being lazy and keep these critters contained.
I'll go find out what she knows.
Good idea. Talk to Navala.
I bet she's just lounging around right now, not even thinking about all the damage being done to my vineyard. No one around here wants to put in a good day's work. Well, except for you.
Just in time. Did you talk with Avrak? He said that I'm what? Lazy? That I've been... Ugh! He's just trying to make me look bad so he can get a promotion. Oh, that's so old-fashioned. Let me tell you what's actually happening.
Please do.
The Kellids are going crazy. I've been working all day to keep them out of the residential areas. This aggressive behavior is new, and we need to figure out what's causing it. That means gathering samples from some of these creatures.
Oh, I didn't want to hit that button.
Enemies have a chance to drop items. An item has dropped for you.
Oh,
Move
there we
towards
go.
the item and press...
That's what we were looking for.
This metal has some kind of fungus growing on it that's similar to the spores we found on some of the Kellid carapaces. It might explain their behavior, but how are they getting infected in the first place? Also, the flying Kellids have never come out of the cavern before. This is so strange. You're right. The source of the infection could be somewhere inside the cavern. Head over there and see if you can find out what's aggravating the nest. And be careful.
I shall. Which way are we going? Here, okay. What's this?
Enemy target on center.
Mystery, I think.
A strange machine and some weird drone things? That is troubling. Someone's been in there. We'll have to let the Maori know about this. It's good you disabled the device, though. Maybe now the Kellids will calm down. I took a look at those biological samples while you were gone, but I can't do much more than a basic tricorder scan. It's just not my area. DeVex might be able to help. He was an engineer in the Romulan military before the homeworld was destroyed. Now he's helping us with our water supply and anything else that takes more specialized knowledge. You should talk to him.
Congratulations, citizen!
Ooh, I am citizen too. Why, thank you. Excellent. Seems I have skill points to spend. That was from there. I was thinking there's somebody up there, but DeVex. Okay, let's see about your skill points first. The Trinitaria. Ground skills, tactical officer. Now let's up weapon proficiency, shall we? So we've got 0 space, so we've got 1,000 grounds. If we do grenades too, huh? We still got 10,000 left, huh? No. Let's do that. We will upgrade space, because eventually we will need space, won't we? Go set. Duration battery is a hull repair. We certainly do want some hull repair. Oh, we can't upgrade ground anymore anyway. Sounds like fun. Let's see, so we've got hull repair, attack patterns, shield healing. So we'll bump that up a bit. So we will do more weapons training. Alright, there we go. I think that I shall accept. Excellent. Now let's talk to Devex here.
What do you need with an old space hound like me? I have an idea of what this might be. Maybe. I saw something like this once before, when I was out beyond the Eridon Belt. We responded to a distress call from a mining outpost. When we got there, all the people were just gone, vanished without a trace. The only things we found were a strange beacon and some odd spore samples. These look very similar.
As you see, we now have different responses based upon the class.
Good idea. When we ran into something like this before, we were able to stop the spores from reproducing by bombarding them with tachyons. We have the equipment here to replicate that procedure.
Let's do it.
Some missions in Star Trek Online will change based on your career track. Engineering, science, or tactical.
Excellent. Ah, that's what I'm looking for.
I've only seen fungal biotech like this once before. Remember that mining station that I mentioned? Before we arrived, they reported several disappearances. Some thought it was paranoia, but we had reports that said intruders would beam in right through the colony's magnetic shield, right into someone's quarters, sedate them, and then vanish without a trace.
Could it be the Greys?
We didn't know what to believe. But I don't think those miners were paranoid. Something did happen to them. And it could happen again. That's what my commander believed. We found a beacon with almost the same configuration as the one you found. We weren't able to get much from it before we shut it down. But the one thing we learned is that the beacon was made by a race that called themselves the Elachi.
Interesting.
We stayed in orbit for a few days, but the Elachi never came back. That's good news for us, seeing that you disabled the beacon you found in the caverns. That's right. He's the man in charge, so he needs to know. I'd be surprised if he doesn't want to send someone down there to analyze that beacon. Could be these Elachi were interested in our colony for some reason. Lucky for us, you were there to put a stop to whatever they were trying to do.
Indeed. Indeed it was. Corral, keep it of law. We shall be back shortly. Talk to Maori.
Jolan True. I heard Avrak yelling all the way over here. I'm sorry you had to deal with his problems on our day of celebration. That does sound very mysterious. However, you seem to have taken care of the immediate problem, disabling this beacon and dispatching the drones. You have my thanks. I'll assign some engineers to examine the device and set up surveillance on the cave as soon as possible. If what Devex says is true, we don't want that beacon turned on again. Now that's settled, why don't you try to relax for a while? Enjoy the festival. We'll talk again tomorrow after the engineers have finished their analysis of the device.
Why, thank you, sir.
done for the day? I'm just finishing up too. I'm going to head back to the restaurant. Meet me for a drink when you're done.
I'll meet you there.
Hey there. Long day? I can't believe how far this colony has come. Just look at how much we can accomplish without being ruled by the Tal Shiar. Word is, someone named Tan is trying to fight them, but me, I'm content with what we have here. Let's go enjoy the festival.
I want to explore a little bit more. I hit the wrong button. Oh.
Friends and neighbors, welcome to the tapping. The Kelid nectar has been harvested, the ale is brewed, and we can finally taste the fruits of our labors. And like this fine vintage, our colony has taken time and effort to develop. Since the loss of the homeworld 22 years ago, we have known fear, hunger, and pain. We have struggled. We have overcome every difficulty. We have mourned those who are no longer with us, and we have welcomed new friends into our home. And now we celebrate. The trials are behind us. Virinat is prosperous and growing. We will face new challenges in the future, but we will face them together.
Navala and Vorian to help organize the militia. Get as many civilians to safety as you can. After that, we stop whoever or whatever is attacking our home.
Well, I think we'll stop there, and we can at least pick up with our regular Star Trek Online gameplay series there. So we will call... Well, hello there. We'll call this an episode of CWP, Catassing with Poopsocks. And BJ Waller saying thanks for watching. And until next time, I will see you in game.